My name is Hala. I'm 21 years old. This is my first semester at GW, and I'm a senior studying civil engineering. I'm from Syria.
They have identified this first Syrian bomber as one of a new wave of terrorists who are organized gangs hiding themselves inside the refugees and migrants who are coming over.
The fact is, we shouldn't be worried about any other folks in this situation without first worrying about the people of the United States of America and their security. And the widows and orphans I remember are the ones after 9/11, and I don't want to create a new generation of those.
I come from a Syrian family from a city called Deir ez-Zor, which is on the borders with Iraq. My family is politically active. My grandfather opposed Assad the father, the Syrian president. And he was put in jail. My grandfather was put in jail and he was tortured. He was sentenced to death.
I think we absolutely should let the Syrian refugees in because our country was built on the idea that we let everybody in, and this is no different.
Yes, I do believe they should be brought to the U.S. If it's going to keep them safe, and U.S. is known to be a safe haven, they should be brought here.
It's hard to say. It's a big question, right?
My name is Nicole Ellis. I'm the Policy Communications Manager for CARE USA, based in our Washington, D.C. office. We've been working in Syria for 60 years, specifically in the region, to support first humanitarian assistance, but also long-term development. The current humanitarian crisis, it's now going on its 5th year. It's a long-standing war, and there's been many people displaced.
CARE is here in Kitamaya today, visiting some 30 families living in these tents and shelters. This is 30 families out of the nearly 500,000 Syrian refugees living here in Lebanon now.
And so a lot of what we're doing is, I'd say most of what we're doing is directed specifically at members of Congress, and then we also work very closely to target or influence the U.S. administration, so the President's office, the State Department, USAID. Typically they're all very supportive, of course, right? But there's a lot of work to be done. The budget, for example, the foreign assistance budget, why it needs to be maintained or even improved. You know, we're a non-political organization, we're non-partisan, and so in terms of taking a political stance on issues, we don't typically do that. But as an organization, I think for us, you know, our role in this conflict, in this war, is that we do want to support the refugees who are in the region to resettle eventually, right? We don't want them to be fleeing constantly and going from place to place. And so obviously the discussion in the U.S. is very heated right now about immigration, but I think we do believe that it's important that the refugees are getting the support that they need overseas.
I noticed that when Americans land here in the airport, they feel that they're home. The feeling that you get. I felt the same thing, of course, going back home to Syria. But the minute the airplane landed, I felt frightened.